Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. I am a little bit more than 2 weeks on the carnivore diet. I've lost a solid 10 pounds. I feel absolutely fantastic. Today we are going to talk about the financial cost of doing the carnivore diet. So, believe it or not, I do not find myself spending all that much money than, did I say that right? All that much more money than I did when I was not doing the carnivore diet. And I know that might be surprising. And here's what's going to be surprising too. I'm eating steak. I'm eating T-bone steaks. I even had filet mignon once or twice. And they're not cheap steaks. They're grass-fed. And I am spending a little bit more money than I used to spend. But at the same time, no more fast food. I used to have fast food quite a bit. No more fast food. That's surprisingly saving me quite a bit of money. Also, when you go to the grocery store, you're buying steaks. And that's kind of it. Well, let me back up a little bit. I mean, maybe you're buying like bacon and eggs. Maybe you're buying a little bit of salt. Maybe you're buying like electrolytes, but butter. You're buying a lot of butter, but not much else. So all those other things that I used to eat and drink, although I'm still drinking this one. It's bubbly water, which I hope is carnivore. I think it is. This is like getting me by. But I used to love non-alcoholic beers. I still do, I'm sure. But cutting those out and not buying them, those are expensive. And they're not doing anything for me. So that's helping a ton. And just all the other foods, you're not buying all those other foods. So while the steaks are very expensive, I totally agree, you're not buying much else. To start this diet, I set aside a little bit extra money. And I told myself I'd go at least a few weeks getting grass-fed, the best beef I could kind of get my hands on, and for a couple weeks, and then I'll probably need to, for financial reasons, kind of cut back and stay with the meat and stay with the diet, but maybe I can't afford the grass-fed, and maybe I need to start shopping at, Walmart instead of Sprouts or whatever it might be. The foods that I'm eating on the carnivore diet kind of surprise me. While you don't get many choices, at the same time, you kind of do. I mean, so beef, there's lots of different cuts of beef. I've always considered myself a tri-tip guy. And now all I want is a T-bone steak. And in fact, I don't want one, I want two, like twice a day. But, one steak twice a day. But, there's all kinds of different meats, organ meats I haven't tried yet. I don't know if I want to do that. But there's lots of different beef cuts. Now, also, you can do poultry, you can do eggs, you can do bacon. I'm surprised to say, I thought I would just love bacon and eggs, just every morning, bacon and eggs, tons of bacon. I'm just not craving it. And honestly, I can't find a good way to make healthy bacon that doesn't create such a mess that I'm frustrated with it and just don't even want to make it for those reasons. I know you can buy like the pre-cooked bacon. Yeah, Costco has some good pre-cooked bacon, but as my wife tells me, it's not very healthy. Nitrates and I don't know what else. But I am not a expert on this by any means, by the way. But anyway, what I am craving is beef, and whether it's shredded beef or a T-bone steak, I feel like I could eat that every single day before I did the diet. And now I'm kind of proving it to myself that I'm like, man, if you let me eat a T-bone steak every day or shredded beef every day, that's all I'd want to eat. And you think, oh no, you can only do it a couple days and you'll burn out. I've not burned out yet. In fact, my mouth is watering thinking about another T-bone steak, and I just had one about 4 hours ago. Talking a little bit more about food and why it is not all that much more expensive. I don't find myself eating 3 or 4 times a day. And I used to have 3 meals a day and sort of a half a meal here and there and snack throughout the day and just kind of just grazing through the day and having 3 big meals, and it was a mess. With this diet, I have no cravings to eat between the meals. And in fact, on most days now, I'm eating when I'm hungry, and I'm not trying to starve myself in any way. If I'm hungry, I know that that's when temptation is going to kick in, and I'm going to do something not smart, like eat a granola bar or something. So I'm purposely letting myself eat anytime I want, even in the middle of the night, if I feel I'm so hungry I'm going to be tempted. With that said, I'm finding myself eating 2 big meals, Like today I had 2 big meals and I'm totally full. I do not see any reason for me to need 3 meals, where typically I would have had a breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Actually, I was trying to do the intermittent fasting, skip breakfast, but I was always starving by lunch. Now I get hungry about 11 o'clock, make myself a steak, and then I get hungry again about 5 or 6 o'clock, and again, steak or some kind of other beef. And when I eat the beef, by the way, I feel it lasting a lot longer. When I eat the eggs, I feel like I'm hungry again in 3 or 4 hours. When I eat beef, I feel like I'm good to go for 5, 6, 7, 8 hours. So consider that when you're trying to figure out if the cost of this diet is a good fit for you. I've been doing the grass-fed, etc., fancy beef. I'm not going to do it the whole time. But I also feel like it's way more important for me to stay on the diet than it is to be overly worried about if this is, the most healthy beef. I think the healthiest thing I'm doing, and probably the reason I'm feeling fantastic these days, this last 2 weeks, is that I'm not having sugar and all the other processed foods. I'm not even thinking about it. I'm not doing it intentional. It's just part of the diet. But all that sort of junk isn't going into my body. My body doesn't have to figure out what to do with all these processed nonsense ingredients. My body doesn't have to figure out what to do with all these sugars and stuff. It's like, I feel like it's really easy on my body. Your body eats this one food, or a combination of fat and meat, for me is mostly what it is. And it's like your body knows what to do. And we're gonna burn the fat and the meat. I feel like when I eat, especially shredded beef, my muscles feel, I'm like pumped up and ready to go. And I feel 10 years younger instantly when I eat meat. I've always felt that way, by the way, not just on this diet, but it makes me feel fantastic. I am satiated throughout the day, if that's the right word. Am I saying that right? And it feels great. If you're worried about the cost of the diet, my suggestion to you is maybe save up just a little bit of extra money to give yourself a little bit of grace area, and then don't worry about it. Go out, do it, get the best meats that you can afford. But if that means that you have to get the meat out of Walmart or something like that, and it's not grass-fed, my opinion is that would be way better, at least for me, that would be way better of a choice than saying, no, I can't do this diet. I feel like that would just be making excuses. Hey friends, I'm getting a little long-winded here. Let me cut it off there. Appreciate me making these videos. Give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you next time.